Michael Holton, Adam Bjaranson getting ready for our preseason prediction show. Yes, we are 1 week into the regular season, but we're giving our preseason predictions now, so we got a leg up on the competition a little bit. We're going to begin with the Eastern Conference. And by the way, how bad has the Eastern Conference been after 1 week? Listen to this. The Magic, Hornets, Pacers, Sixers, and Nets coming into today, a combined 0-16 so far this season. That's going to change because the Hornets are going to be winning tonight. So we'll update that here in a little bit. But Michael Holton, why don't we start with you and give us your Eastern Conference predictions? Give us your 8 playoff teams, the Eastern Conference Finals, and who do you think represents in the finals?
First of all, those teams you just mentioned aren't on my list.
Okay,
so that's a good start for me.
Good start.
That's a good start. So finishing at the top of the East, I have Cleveland, which I think is an obvious choice. And right below them, Chicago. Chicago. I have to enunciate that right because my wife's a school teacher. Atlanta, number 3. Atlanta had a great regular season last year, a little disappointing in the playoffs. So they still could be a spoiler kind of in that top 3. Toronto was good last year and still strong. Detroit is the upstart. Detroit is probably the X factor team in the East. Can they keep the momentum that they currently have? Only time will tell. Miami post LeBron is better than people think. You know, people have just kind of written them off, but they are, I think, going to make some noise in the East. Washington, John Wall is one of the most talented point guards in the league, but a little up and down, a little erratic, so I'm not really sure. That's why I have them in the 7th spot. But Boston under Brad Stevens, I mean, everybody raves about how excited the players are about playing for Brad Stevens. So that's my 1 through 8. And then I've got Chicago and Cleveland in the conference finals. And Cleveland.
Not bad, as Rice would say. Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah. There was one omission that I thought you had in your Eastern Conference playoff teams that I thought was pretty big. But I, just like you, don't have the Magic, the Hornets, the Pacers, the Sixers, or the Nets in the playoffs either. But let's go through mine. Mine look a little similar, at least as far as the teams. Just the positioning is a little different than Michael's. Cleveland, yes, I've got them number 1. They're deep. They're talented. They've got the king. They are the top seed. The Chicago Bulls, Michael, it has long been said, if Derrick Rose stays healthy, this is the team to beat in the East. I think good fortune is now finally going to be coming Derrick Rose's way. It's got to. How can it not? The Detroit Pistons, I have them as the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. They are good. They are deep as well. They've got Andre Drummond, who's playing out of his mind right now. Even though Greg Monroe is no longer there on that front line, I still like Detroit as the 3 seed. John Wall and the Washington Wizards at number 4. Atlanta, I thought they were a little in over their skis just a little bit last year. They're good. They lost DeMarre Carroll. He's not there, so I think Atlanta takes a huge hit with that as far as wins and losses. I've got them as the 5 seed. Toronto, they were so good, Michael, last year. They were great in the regular season, then really faded down the stretch. But they've got talent there north of the border in Toronto. I've got them as the 6th seed. The Boston Celtics, as you had pointed out, with Brad Stevens leading the way, they will be back into the postseason at the 7th seed. Where you had Miami, I think you had Miami at the 6th or 7th seed.
Correct.
Yeah. I decided to put the Milwaukee Bucks in there. The Milwaukee Bucks, Jason Kidd, they were one of the surprise teams last year in the Eastern Conference. So I've got Milwaukee as the 8th seed and taking on Cleveland. So in the Eastern Conference Finals, they look just like yours, but I've got Chicago and Cleveland. Again, I honestly think it is Chicago's year in the Eastern Conference. If you could only see Michael's reaction. Just the sour eyes. No. So that's what we've got for the Eastern Conference. We're going to take a timeout. When we get back, we will tell you who we have and how they match up as far as the Western Conference goes. We'll do that when we return here on Comcast Sportsnet, the Trailblazers Radio Network, and, of course, streamed live on trailblazers.com. Back with more.